Hey friend, and welcome back to RGD Gaming, least toxic, most fun community in all of gaming. And boy do I have a treat for you today. If you've kept up with my channel, you know I've been doing a Zeri series. Every one of those games prior to this one have all been in solo queue. But allow me today to show you how well Zeri can pair with both a champion, who's your duo, plays the game well, and who is picked specifically to help Zeri carry the game. Zeri can be a magical champion that makes incredible plays, but when you have someone who is playing around you, things can get totally wild. You're going to enjoy this one from start to finish. Although, a slight spoiler here, there is some drama for a period of time. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the magic of duo, how to combo with your support, transitioning into the mid game after you won lane, and then finishing the match strong so there's no chance you lose. If you've ever played a duo in bot lane, there are times where it feels like you get stuck there, and I'll help you resolve that issue with this gameplay. Kane wants to make a cheese play here, and Odie, who was my duo, was just like, alright, let's do it, but it doesn't work out. I don't know what's taking the enemy bot to get the lane, but they're taking their sweet time, and we're still going to try to make a little bit of a play on them, which I don't hate, and we're able to get some pretty good damage on them. I don't mind that trade at all, and so if the enemy takes forever to get the lane, you should be doing plays like that, especially when you have like a Lux in this case who can put out a pretty good amount of damage, but we should be a little bit safe, although Caitlyn just is way too far up, and that's instantly the magic of having a solid duo who wants to play with you, and we're able to get 2 kills right off the bat. Okay, so this was a great start. And that's what having Lux can do, and specifically somebody who plays the game well. I don't play a ton of duo. I think I have 200 games, and probably 20 of them are duo or with other people. But when I play, I have really 2 people that I duo with actually predominantly, and it's this guy Odie and another friend named Platinum, who was an ex-professional Wild Rifter that I play a little bit with. So I'm really fortunate in that. And Odie is actually, he was the number 7 Pike, and he has a 58% win rate on Pike, which is really crazy because Pike's a competitive champion to be good on. But he played Lux so that way he could support me. And that's one of the things that I'm going to talk about here. So I have a duo who's good at the game, and he's trying to help me to be a better Zeri rather than just playing Pike, because Pike was actually available, I'm pretty sure, in this game, and he could have picked him, but I picked Zeri to counter their team because they had a bunch of shields. And so he was like, alright, let me pick Lux, and that way I can support you. And so what we're doing here, we see Kane is kind of hovering around us. And while we're ahead, we're not that far ahead that we need to just make crazy plays and get way ahead of ourselves. So what I'm waiting for, oh, enemy slain. We did get somebody. This is going to get a little bit funny here. I don't know if we're going to be able to get a kill. Seraphine whiffs on her alt, and I want to fight them, but unfortunately they're able to get away, and so that's okay. I mean, I think we traded 1 for 1 there. Kane made a pretty wild play going around the back, and that's good. But what I was saying, so Odie is a great Pike player. He's good at Lux too, but he's great at Pike, and he played Lux so that way he could support me. Okay, now watch what we do here. So we're talking together, obviously we're in voice chat, and as soon as he hits an ability, he's using all of his combo, and then I probably wasted a flash there, but I'm jumping, first ability, I'd already used my second ability there to try to get the wave to get Seraphine through the tower. And so what we're doing is we're waiting, and as soon as he hits the root, we're just comboing together. And so when you have a duo that wants to support you, that's exactly what you need to do. You need to find a matchup and a pair that goes together, so that way as soon as one of you hits, because he knows, like, when he sends the root out, he'll say like hit before it even hits. And so what happens is I'm diving before that root even lands, and then he's launching his second ability, I'm slowing, and then depending on the situation, I'm able to ult. So when you find a duo that wants to work with you and play with you and around you, you need to do things like that, where he said that, like, see how fast that happened? Like, that Caitlyn had no idea. That's the second time that happened in the match. And as soon as he launches that, he knows it hits, he announces that it hits, I'm diving, I'm using my ultimate, and then I'm hitting with my abilities as well, and there's just basically no chance. This is a little bit dicey here. I kind of need to shop, and I don't have a ton of energy, and I don't have my ultimate up, and they know we're here. And so we're in a weird spot, and Kayn is not attacking the dragon until now. He like almost waited until the enemy team came. And this is where it gets a little bit dicey, and it sort of bleeds into the next few minutes of the match, because we give up dragon, we give up 1, 2, 3 kills, and Volibear gets totally out of control. Right here I realized I made a mistake on my first item, and I should have bought Serpent's Fang in solo queue. Like, I'm on it because that's all I'm doing is thinking about the game and the match. And one of the downsides is you talk to your friends and you sometimes forget to itemize a little bit. But fortunately Volibear makes a mistake, and that's something that you need to do as Zeri. Is you can get back to lane so quickly and get kills that people don't expect you can get. Like on that Volibear, he obviously thought he was safe or he wouldn't have recalled there. But with my second ability, I hit, and then I had my dive to jump over walls. And now, once you get a little bit fed, you can do a couple of things like this. So, like, I'm poking that Caitlyn. I don't want her to reset. I want the next wave. And here, I know I have my flash up, so this is a little bit dicey. But I know I can always flash out of there if I have to. And I have my ultimate, so I'm putting a ton of pressure onto Caitlyn. And I see that she way oversteps. And now I'm going to shove this in, and she's 1 HP. So what am I looking to do? I want to use my dive somehow. I want to use my second ability to put pressure on her, and boom. Jump over, take the kill. We're going to take the wave here. And then we can see that there's a lot of things happening. Like, everybody is on the other side of the map, and that's why I was about to reset, and I realized that I can just take this tower because they had 3 in mid, 1 in top, and Caitlyn was dead, so I had plenty of time to do whatever I wanted there. And then I'm able to get my second item, which is Serpent's Fang, which is bad news for them because now the shield, which was able to propel them into that first big team fight win, I'm going to be able to eat that up. And so you'll see this play out right here. Volibear 1v1. He should kill me every time, but I have my ultimate up, I have Serpent's Fang, I'm stealing his shield, and I'm able to get the kill 1v1. And that's really, like, he probably knows at that point that he is not going to win this if I can 1v1 him right now, because I'm not going to fall behind, and I'm going to make sure that I don't fall behind here. Okay, it's one thing to say I'm not going to fall behind. It's a whole nother thing to actually not do it. And how do I not do that? I need to be at team fights, and I need to group with my team. I can't get fixated on the tower at the bottom side of the map. I need to be at this dragon. And when I see situations like this Caitlyn, I think I got to pick on her. I need to take that. Like, this is a situation where she's alone, and I'm going to dive her and try to get the kill here. Now, Odie actually is letting me know that I'm being chased, so that's how I'm able to dodge that, get the first kill, and then you need to cheat the way they don't think you're gonna when abilities are getting launched at you, and that's exactly how you go 1v3 here and get a triple kill. Technically I had some help there at the end, but really I actually think I could have taken all 3 of them out, and that is also the magic of duel, but it's also the magic of grouping with your team. So I knew Odie was coming, I knew I had help, and at the same time I knew Caitlyn was sort of out of position, and I was grouping with my team. So we go from pretty far behind to now we got a dragon. We're sort of starting to catch up in kills, and while my team is demoralized in some ways, they can sort of see the writing on the wall and that I can be the one to carry the match. And that's something that you need to do and think about. So right here, actually, Odie was saying, like, they're getting into a fight. We need to get there. So rather than push that wave in top, which would have been, like, fine enough play, we rotate so that way we can get into this fight. And once I'm at the fight and Odie's there, we're able to turn this around. And let's see what we can do. So we're able to get 1, 2, 3. I get a double kill. And that's how you turn matches around. We could have pushed the wave and top. We probably could have taken that tower. It's possible we would have even traded inhibitor towers. But probably 3 of our team would have went down. We wouldn't have won a team fight. And we wouldn't have got Baron. So when you are behind or when your team is demoralized, you need to think about being with your team and what it means to win a team fight. Nobody cares about towers. Nobody really cares about inhibitor towers. What they really care about when they want to forfeit, like most of our team, actually 2/3 of our team kept trying to forfeit, is they want to see you in fights and they want to see if your team can win team fights, because that's how you win matches. Like, the game eventually comes down to just winning team fights. And here we are winning another team fight. And the reason we're winning this team fight and the reason we're grouping together is because that's how you win. So we'll get another triple kill. So it's 2 triple kills in a row. We kill 6 of them. But that's how you turn matches around. You win team fights. You don't push towers down. I get it that they can sometimes win games, but how you actually win games is grouping with your team. Because if people think you can win a team fight, they think you can win the match, and they're going to try harder, they're going to group with you, and they're going to try for objectives. So if you're ever behind or your team's behind, you need to rotate to them. You need to forget about towers, that they even exist. Like, give them up. It just doesn't matter. And you need to be with your team. You need to win a team fight and then turn that into an objective, or take an objective and then win a team fight. Just depends on how the flow of the game's going. But when you take dragons and baron, your team believes you can win. And when you win team fights, your team believes you can win. And that's how you go from having 2 people on the team here, I think it was 2 people that wanted to forfeit, into everybody grouping and everybody wanting to play and thinking they can win. And that's what happens. So you win your lane, and then you group with your team so you can carry them to victory. Hopefully I see you on the Rift. GG.